emails and calls lately from myself and my colleague Tom Caracoli in the back. On behalf of Christina Miller, the General Manager of NBA Digital, thank you for coming here this evening on a day that has obviously been a difficult one for the city of Philadelphia. Our thoughts and prayers are with the people injured today in the building collapse in Center City, as well as the emergency personnel who continue their efforts this evening. We're now going to turn the mic over to Julius Erving and to the executive producer of NBA TV's The Doctor, Deontra Koros.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I too convey my sentiments in terms of the people affected by the building collapsing today. I really, literally just heard about it a couple of hours ago, and I'm staying in a hotel close to the site, but these things are happening way too often, and we all just have to be sensitive and have that universal love that's necessary to be supportive of people who are the victims of events like that. But I'm happy to see that we have a full room. There's nothing like giving a party or an event and nobody's showing up. Thankful that it hasn't happened too many times in my life, but believe me, it has happened. So glad everybody's here. And just to open it up, let me say I'm happy that I'm here. I'm happy that the documentary has been completed. I'm happy that it's going to be aired less than a week from today. I am sympathetic to the fact that it has been shamelessly advertised for all people who have NBA TV, TNT, ESPN, and all the others. And it's a little embarrassing, but we're going to handle it. And I'm very, very thankful to the effort and energy and sincerity that's put into producing this documentary, and for the fact that it's the only one that the NBA is doing this year. And perennially, we usually do one or more, but this year it's just one. So everybody's putting their energy and effort and resources and intellect and compassion into producing this. So I'm very, very pleased with that, and I'm humbled by it. And I look forward to seeing it from beginning to end tonight. I've seen a few excerpts, and obviously I know the parts that I was interviewed for, but in terms of what others have had to say and the spins that have been put on the basketball history piece to it, I'm interested in seeing how that gets played out, because for me and a number of guys who had the ABA experience, year in and year out, for those years and those highlights and that stuff just to, be discarded, kind of thrown out like it never even existed, was very hurtful. So to have that included in this piece makes me feel good. It makes me feel good for the others who you'll see in the piece other than me, because I wasn't playing against myself. Other than that, let's go with the agenda.
Hello.
You got it.
Hi, thank you very much, Julius. My name is Deontra Koros. I'm one of the producers on the film. Let me add to the sympathies about the people today in the building tragedy. Again, we're here and we have to make the best of it, but I wanted to add my sympathies and condolences, and let's try to have a good night with the Doctor's premiere here. One note on doing a film like this. Last year we had tremendous success with the Dream Team film that aired on NBA TV. It was kind of like a watershed moment for the network and NBA TV Originals to do such a high-profile film, and it was very well received. So when you have a project like that and you set the bar really high, people always want to know what's next. And we thought about it, and we couldn't have thought of a better topic than Julius. So just put that in perspective, that after the Dream Team, where do you go from there? we do a story on Mr. Erving and his tremendous career, and as he alluded to, it wasn't just an NBA career, it was a great ABA career. And from the very beginning, we set out to tell his story, both personal as well as basketball-wise. And we think we accomplished that, and we hope you guys enjoy the film tonight. I really appreciate you all coming.
At this point, we'll take some questions. If you can identify yourself and the organization you're with, you can raise your hands. If there's a microphone, we'll pass the microphone to you.
Hi, Doc. I'm Michael Tillery with the Shadow League. First of all, can you still dunk?
Well, my 11-year-old son behind you, and he probably could bear witness that I usually get out and dunk the ball at least once a year. So I've got my dunk in this year, and I think he was there. And we'll see what happens next year.
Wow. And you alluded to that, about the ABA, being quietly dismissed.
Yeah.
What do you want this generation to know, in the advent of Michael Jordan and now LeBron James and Kobe Bryant?
Well, I think from a generational standpoint, people now don't have the loyalty to teams that they used to have. And the reason why is because, players are a little more mercenary and they just don't stay with teams from the beginning of their career to the end of their career. So the love that you develop for the player and the team and the relationship, all tied together, a warm and fuzzy feeling. I know I'm going to see my guy next year. And it breaks your heart if he gets traded. It's not like that anymore. You mentioned Michael and LeBron. So LeBron's career is going to be quickly forgotten in Cleveland and mostly thought of from a generational standpoint as a Miami Heat player. And even though Michael dabbled with Washington, he's always going to be known as the Chicago Bull, the main Chicago Bull. So it's just a different time. And what do I want them to think about it? I think about each fan is going to have his individuals who are their favorites. I have one son whose favorite is LeBron and another son whose favorite is Derrick Rose. And I know if Derrick Rose got traded to the Philadelphia 76ers, Derrick would still be his favorite player, but Philadelphia would now become his favorite team because Derrick is playing. And I think a lot of the kids today, a lot of fans today, think like my sons do. They follow the players more than they follow the team.
Anthony Gilbert, Hoop Magazine. How you doing, Doc?
All right, good.
Yes, sir.
How's Hoop Magazine?
Thank you well, sir.
Hey.
Thank you.
Hoop Magazine. That brings back memories.
Yes, sir. So my question is, can you talk about your legacy here in Philadelphia? You have a statue outside this building. You have a larger-than-life mural in North Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Can you make that connection as it is personally to you?
I think I can. I feel as much as anyone, the 11 years spent in Philadelphia, the fact that we chased the title for those 11 years, it's probably not as relevant that we won once and lost 3 times. I think the chase itself, the excitement, the fact that we were always in the playoffs, that we were always 7 of the 11 years we were considered to be contenders. I think those are things that, after it's done and then you hit a dry spell, people look back and have a higher appreciation for. So it's something that I appreciated in the moment, because coming out of New York and playing on the 2 title teams with the Nets, feeling the euphoria, winning your last game, and then coming to Philadelphia and, chasing it for 7 years. Before we got there, and coming back each season after the strain, after the toil, and after the frustration of coming in second place, and starting all over again, having our fans there for us, having different slogans that Pat Williams came up with, "We owe you one," and so on and so forth. I mean, all of the things that eventually led to the parade 30 years ago. you know, occupy a very special place in my heart and in my mind. And my personal legacy, the reward of, you know, having a statue that's just outside of this building, having the mural, having the love that happens every time I come back to the city. You know, I mean, I come back every month for one reason or another, either business or personally, and the love, you know, this much later, after, you know, my time here, after those 11 years ended in 1987, and here we are in 2013, and you know, there's still that special feeling that happens when I land in Philadelphia. You know, my blood is thin. I can't live here anymore because I can't take the winters. So I need to live in a warm environment. That's the doctor's orders. By the doctor to the doctor, or whatever. But but you never rule it out. You never rule it out. You know, coming back.